Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 18. Listen closely, because what you're about to hear will change your reality and help you manifest your heart desires. The words we speak are not mere utterances. They are spiritual commands, legal decrees, and invitations to either heaven or darkness, whether you intend them or not. And the shocking part is, you've been prophesying over yourself every single day without realizing it. Some people are praying for freedom with the same mouth they use to chain themselves. You can pray for one thing and accidentally cancel your own prayer with the next sentence that comes out of your mouth. For example, you cry out, "God, bless the works of my hand," but spend the rest of the day saying, "Nothing works for me. I'm always unlucky. Nothing good ever lasts." And because the spiritual realm obeys what you decree, not what you wish, you keep experiencing what you keep saying. And if you don't learn how to speak to yourself correctly, you will live a life beneath your calling, even while God is begging to bless you. But the moment you change the way you speak, everything around you begins to obey that change. Because the tongue is not just a muscle. James chapter 3 verses 6 calls it a fire, and verse 4 says it can steer your whole life like a ship, meaning your mouth is the steering wheel of your destiny. If you stay until the end of this video, you will understand how to speak in a way that reshapes your life and attract all your heart desires. Before I tell you the steps to manifest the power of your tongue, you need to understand the law of your tongue. Why words become reality. Your tongue is not just a tool for speaking. It is a spiritual instrument that releases power into your life, whether you realize it or not. The Bible makes this extremely clear. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Everything you say sends out a spiritual signal. That signal either creates life around you or creates destruction around you. What most people miss is that the tongue doesn't wait for your permission to activate this law. It doesn't care if you spoke out of frustration, anger, fear, or just joking. The moment a word leaves your mouth, it becomes a seed planted in your future. This law is the same law God Himself used when He created the world. Genesis 1, "And God said, let there be light." God used His voice to shape reality, and because we are made in His image, our words carry a similar creative force. That's why Jesus said in Matthew 12 verses 37, "By your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." Your life rises or falls based on what you continually speak. What you say becomes the track your destiny is forced to run on. Your words are spiritual laws because the tongue functions like a command center. When you speak, you are giving instructions to your mind, your emotions, your spirit, and even the unseen realm around you. If you repeatedly say things like, "I never win," "Nothing good happens to me," "I'm poor," "People don't like me," or "I always end up disappointed," you are writing a script your life has no choice but to follow. This is why careless speech is dangerous. If you speak in alignment with God's truth, your life moves upward. If you speak doubt, fear, lack, or negativity, you empower the very things you want to escape. Job 22 verses 28 says, "You shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you." A decree is a law. Some people unknowingly decree their own limitations every day, then wonder why their life feels stuck. Think about it. Your words are the first thing that reveal what you truly believe about yourself. Jesus said, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." What you keep saying is a mirror of what you actually expect. If you speak small, you think small. If you speak fear, you live in fear. If you speak defeat, you attract more defeat. But when you choose to speak with authority, to declare strength, favor, abundance, joy, healing, confidence, identity, and purpose, your life begins shifting to match that new language. Words are instructions, and your life is obeying them. That is why mastering your tongue is one of the most powerful spiritual disciplines you will ever learn. If you want a different life, you must begin with different language. I challenge you for the next month. Start speaking positively to yourself with intention and conviction, and you'll begin to see how quickly your world responds. This is a spiritual law working exactly as God designed it. Now, let's get into it. How your subconscious obeys your words. Your subconscious mind is the silent engine of your life. It doesn't argue, it doesn't analyze, and it doesn't question your intentions. It simply follows whatever instructions your words give it. This is why the Bible warns so strongly about the tongue. The subconscious treats every word like a command. When you speak repeatedly, whether in fear, frustration, faith, or confidence, your subconscious accepts those words as truth and begins shaping your emotions, decisions, and behavior to match them. Have you ever wondered why Jesus said, "According to your faith, so be it unto you"? In simple terms, whatever you consistently believe and speak becomes your reality. Joseph Murphy famously said, "As you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap in your body and environment." Even ancient philosophers understood this principle. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Your subconscious is the fabric that absorbs that dye, and your words are the dye itself. Hermes Trismegistus declared, "As within, so without." What you continually speak into your inner world eventually becomes visible in your outer world. You just need to speak in the direction you want your life to move. Your subconscious will handle the rest. The power of I am and biblical identity. The words, "I am," are the most powerful words you can speak, because whatever follows them becomes a command to your identity. In Scripture, God reveals himself to Moses as, "I am that I am," Exodus 3 verses 14. It shows us that creation begins with identity, not effort. When you say, "I am," you are tapping into a divine pattern God himself used to define his nature. And because you are made in his image, your "I am" statements carry creative power over your life. Most people unknowingly attach the wrong things to their "I am." I am tired. I am unlucky. I am not enough. I am broke. I am depressed. When you speak like this, you're not just stating how you feel. You're telling your subconscious, your spirit, and the spiritual realm, "This is who I am." And because identity is the strongest force within a person, your life reorganizes itself to match the identity you keep declaring. This is why the Bible emphasizes knowing who you are. "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Proverbs 23:7. Identity creates reality, and your identity is shaped by your most repeated "I am." I want you to repeat after me and say these words. Say them out loud if you can. Otherwise, just say them in your heart with me. I am blessed. I am healed. I am chosen. I am capable. I am strong. I am favored. I am growing every day. As you say it and believe it, it would become the blueprint of your life. Rewriting your inner conversation. Let's dive deeper into your inner conversation. Your inner conversation is the silent script that directs your entire life. Long before you speak out loud, you speak within yourself, and these silent conversations shape your emotions, your confidence, your decisions, and even your spiritual state. Most people don't realize that their inner voice is the true author of their destiny. What you tell yourself repeatedly becomes the lens through which you experience the world. If your inner dialogue is filled with fear, doubt, and self-accusation, your life will reflect that. If your inner dialogue is filled with truth, strength, and identity, your life will rise accordingly. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The problem is that most people never question their inner voice. They assume the thoughts that pass through their mind belong to them. But your inner voice is often a mixture of your past, your fears, your trauma, your upbringing, and the negative words people spoke over you. It becomes a loop, a script, from which you unconsciously live. This is why God consistently confronts people's inner conversation before using them. Gideon called himself weak. God called him a mighty warrior. Judges 6 verses 12. Moses called himself slow of speech. God called him a leader. Exodus 4 verses 10 to 12. Jeremiah said he was too young. God told him not to say that again. Jeremiah 1 verses 6 and 7. Every time someone's inner voice contradicted their calling, God corrected the inner voice first. Identity must change before destiny can change. Rewriting your inner conversation means replacing your old mental script with words that reflect truth, strength, and God's identity for you. It means you stop repeating the lies that kept you small and start feeding your spirit words that elevate you. You begin speaking to yourself the way God speaks about you, with authority, with conviction, with certainty. If you want to see more content like this, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.
Don't